wanted to make a video. I know I look like a hot mess. Please excuse this. I just woke up like an hour ago and I'm just not in the get ready mood. But you know, that's all right. That's okay. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my first and second trimester being pregnant. I just entered my third trimester, so I'm 28 weeks, and I wanted to go over like the different symptoms and stuff that I felt in my first and second trimester. I will be posting a third trimester, obviously, after I experienced the third trimester. So yeah, that's what today's video is. So I'm just gonna be sitting down with you guys and just talking about what I experienced and things that I thought I would experience but didn't, and things that I never knew were a thing until I experienced it. So hope you guys enjoy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be making a lot more videos just talking about different products that I like as a new mom, products I like for my baby, packing my hospital bag, and just a bunch of stuff like that. So if that's the content that you're really into, make sure to subscribe. Okay, so first off, I want to start with like how pregnant I was when I found out I was pregnant. So I was already 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks pregnant when I discovered that I was pregnant. My body goes through a lot of different hormonal changes because of medical stuff. So when I was late for a while, it really didn't seem like a red flag. It was when I was like almost like a whole month late is when I was like, okay, you know, let's take a test here. So yeah, I just wanted to have some reassurance. Again, my body plays tricks on me all the time, so I really wasn't expecting to see a positive result. And I was at my friend's house, and she had an extra test. My boyfriend was at work. In hindsight, obviously, like, I wish he was there, but I called him as soon as I found out. But I really was not expecting it to be positive just because of the way my body is. So I just took it, and then lo and behold, second little line popped up. It was a very light pink. I have pictures. I'll see if I can put them in the video. I was like so shocked, and my friend came back inside because she was like walking her dog while I was taking it, and I just like looked at her and I was like, I don't know if I'm bugging. And I showed her, and she's like, that's a second line, Destiny. So I called my boyfriend right away. He was at work, like I said, and I was like, hey, can you like step aside for a second? I have something kind of important to tell you. And he was like, okay. And so he stepped aside and he's like, alright, like, what's going on? And I was like, so I took a pregnancy test. And I just like waited for a second. He's like, uh-huh. And I was like, and it's positive. And he was like, huh? I was like, yeah, it's positive. He's like, huh? He just goes like, huh? And I was like, babe, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. He's like, no, like that's, oh my god, like that's dope. And he was just like so much in shock but so excited. And I think like because he was at work, he couldn't like fully freak out, but he was so excited. As soon as I picked him up from work, like he wanted to just like call his family and tell everybody. I wanted to like tell my family more in like a surprising way. Neither one is right or wrong. Once he said that he wanted to call his family, that's what we did. We FaceTimed them, we told them, and he helped me set up like the way that I wanted to tell my family. So we had just moved into our own apartment, so we kind of set it up as like a warming for like the apartment. So I had my parents come over, my siblings, and I told my siblings because they were like kind of helping me find a way to tell my parents. I'm the baby of like 7 children, so my parents are very used to grandchildren, but I'm the baby, like I said, so it's still kind of like a whoa moment for them. Yeah, I had bought in like my nieces and nephews a bunch of stuff for when they come over the apartment and they can play with, and I bought one of my nephews some clothes because it was going to be his first year in kindergarten. So I showed them like, oh, look at the stuff I bought the kids, and then I was like showing them the clothes that I bought my nephew. And then the last little thing was a onesie, and it said, you're gonna be grandparents again. So yeah, it was super exciting. Everyone was super excited and happy. So it wasn't necessarily planned, but we also kind of were okay with the idea of having a baby. So it wasn't something that we were super like trying to prevent from happening either. It's something that we were really excited for. We just cannot wait to meet our little boy. But yeah, so that's how I found out. So I was just at my friend's house, just so happened to take one just for reassurance, and it turned out I was. And that same day she bought like 2 other ones for me, the clear blue, because the first response was the first one I took, and that's when it was like really light pink. And that clear blue, I'm telling you, no mistaking. Like as soon as, like, it didn't even take a second. Like as soon as I went on the stick, it just bright blue cross. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, I took like 5 tests throughout like the first week of me finding out, just to be sure. But yeah, and then the first ultrasound was like, is when it really like sunk in. Like I'm like, oh my god, because I was like, what if these are all false positives? Which I know is like basically impossible, but that's my anxiety. But yeah, so going into the first trimester, I guess you can say that like I didn't really have too much symptoms, because like I said, the only thing was really me being late. But the day before or 2 days before I found out I was pregnant, I did have a strange symptom that I just didn't correlate. But turned out like for the first trimester I had the symptom for a while, and it's so gross and I was so upset about it. But it was a food aversion where sweets, like sugary sweets like cake or cheesecake, just like sweets in general, would taste like mushy fish. And it was the nastiest taste in the entire world, and I was so sad about it. Or things that were sweet would taste like black licorice, and I don't like black licorice, so like I was just having the weirdest food aversions when it came to sweets. So like I couldn't eat like unhealthy, which I guess like I appreciate, but like it was sad because obviously I wanted to indulge sometimes. Like I couldn't have a cake when we were celebrating that I told my parents, because once I bit into it, it just tasted so nasty. But yeah, like the day before or 2 days, like I said, that I found out, I had a piece of cheesecake and it tasted like mushy fish, and I was like, ew, because I've had that cheesecake from that place before and it's delicious and it has like a raspberry drizzle on top, and it's like one of my favorite cheesecakes, but it just tasted so gross. And yeah, that happened for like the first trimester in general. Like I just couldn't eat anything. Like junk food would make my stomach feel like it was turning. Yeah, that was definitely like one of the worst symptoms I had in the first trimester. Besides that, I was like really tired, but I'm like always tired. I've always been like a very sleepy person. I was just like extra tired. Like all I wanted to do was sleep for the first trimester, and I would have some headaches, but I didn't really have too much nausea, which was cool. I know that that's something that a lot of women suffer from for the first trimester, so my heart goes out to women who like can't hold food down. Fortunately for me, that didn't happen, but I would be a little bit nauseous here and there, but I didn't really throw up. I spit up like once, and that was like a week before I found out, but I just thought that like I ate something weird because it wasn't like a full-on throw up. The first trimester wasn't too bad, and I was always told that like the first and third are the worst and the second is like easy breezy beautiful. For me, the second trimester was kind of a rough patch because I'm very tiny. I'm 4'11", so growing someone inside of me was difficult for my body to process. So for the second trimester, he was growing like super fast, and my belly was just getting really big. Basically, like it was hurting. Like I would get this pull and this tug in like my belly button, and it would hurt so freaking bad. Like I would be at work and I couldn't even stand anymore. Like I felt like I was gonna like fall over. I couldn't be in certain positions. Like if I arched my back too much or slouched too much, the pull and like literally felt like someone was taking a needle and just shoving it through right where my belly button is, and it was so drastic and painful. And that really was only during the second trimester. Like once I got to the second trimester, that's when that started to happen. So there was just like a lot of body changes that were causing so many different pains, and it was uncomfortable. It became a little bit harder to now sleep. I started developing like almost like when you're young and you have like these growing pains in your legs, like I randomly started feeling those in my legs. It was a very painful and uncomfortable trimester for me. I would obviously just try to like breathe through it, and I know that him being here and him being healthy is just worth all the pain in the world. And so like I would just sit there and like just try to remind myself, like, you know what, it's worth it, like this is for him, this means that he's growing, this is a good sign. Like if I had any questions, I would usually call my sisters and be like, is this normal, like should I be worried, should I call the doctor? But they would always reassure me like, this is normal, like your body's just going through some changes. Because that's like the biggest concern for me with the pain was like, is the baby okay? But as soon as I like realized he's okay, the pain was kind of like, at that point it's just a symptom for me, and I'd rather it just be a symptom than be a concern. So that kind of helped my mind go at ease a little bit when I'm like, all right, this is what's supposed to be happening. My body is growing a human being right now. Like it's doing some amazing things. It's gonna hurt. Like my body is tiny, my organs are shifting, my rib cage is expanding. Of course it's gonna be uncomfortable, it's going to hurt. It doesn't take away from the pain. I think one of the hardest parts about pregnancy is like when you are in so much pain, and obviously like I will take all the pain again to make sure he's okay, but it's kind of hard when you're going through that and people just kind of write it off because you're pregnant, like, oh well, that's pregnancy. It's like, I know that, but I'm still in pain. Like I still need for a second to like breathe. I need comfort right now. Like me as a person, I'm also going through this. Like I know that my baby is growing and is strong and healthy, and I'm so happy and grateful for that, but I'm still in pain. And so sometimes like just a little bit of recognition or just like comfort in those moments can really go a long way. But yeah, so one positive thing with the second trimester was that my food aversion started to finally go away, so I was able to actually indulge and eat foods that I wanted to. Little bites became one of my main cravings. I didn't have any crazy cravings, definitely not during the first trimester. I didn't really have any cravings at all. I just could only eat fruits and salads because that was the only thing my body was allowing me to like, and my taste buds were allowing me to like. I think Taco Bell and brownie little bites are like the top two cravings that I've been having during this whole pregnancy. But yeah, they didn't really start until second trimester. Sometimes I get the urge for something really cold, like ice chips or ice cream. I'm lactose intolerant, so I have to get lactate ice cream. The cookies and cream lactate ice cream, and it is so good. Or I'll get like frozen strawberries or frozen fruit in general, and just like sit that in a bowl, let it thaw out for like a couple minutes so it's not so hard and frozen, and just like munch on frozen fruit, and really hits the spot of needing like a crunch and something cold. I don't know why that's such a common pregnancy craving, but yeah, like for some reason ice chips and just munching on something cold is like a necessity in pregnancy. But yeah, and we had our gender reveal in October. We had it Halloween themed. It was really cute. We had it outside at a park, and it was like costume themed, so people came in costumes. If you didn't want to, obviously you didn't have to, but yeah, it was really fun. And that's when we told everybody that he is a boy. But when it comes to gender, so we actually knew before everyone else. We didn't want to at first. It was a decision that kind of came along as things went, like it kind of unfolded that way. At my very first ultrasound, which I was only like 11 and 12 weeks, I went at 11 and I went at 12. The ultrasound technician for some reason was just like adamant that she already knew. And I told her like, oh, we don't want to know, we haven't decided yet if we want to know. But she kept hinting at what the gender was. So we kind of already knew, and then we got the gender given to us through DNA results. Like they did blood work and they're able to find out. So it had to be a phone call, and because of like the HIPAA violations, like I had to be the one who answered anyway. So my boyfriend and I just like accepted that we would know before everyone else, and we were okay with that. Yeah, so the gender reveal was mostly for friends and family versus for us, but it was still very exciting, and I'll put a little clip of how we did it. We did, again, like Halloween themed, so purple would be girl, orange would be boy. We chose those colors because of the Halloween themed. But yes, I'll put a little clip on us doing the gender reveal.
Okay, do it fast.
Yeah, so that's been basically like my pregnancy so far. There's been some discomfort, there's been some pain, but it's just been such an amazing, exciting path in my life right now, and I just cannot wait for him to be here. Feeling him move the kicks to like the crazy ones, like it's just all so exciting, and I'm so happy and grateful for him and who he's gonna be, and I can't wait to meet him and find out what his little personality is like. And I'm just really happy and excited to be sharing with you guys this journey in my life. Again, I'm going to be posting more like a third trimester video after the baby's here, so I can let you guys know how the full third trimester went. Like I said, I'm 28 weeks right now, so we have about I'm 28 weeks and 4 days, so we're almost at like having 11 more weeks to go, which is so crazy. The due date is March 21st, and yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to meet him, and I'm gonna be posting a what's in my hospital bag video soon. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I can do like a pregnancy Q&A. If you guys want to see specific videos, or if you guys want like a specific product review, let me know. Or if you guys have any recommendations, because I am a first-time mom. I do have sisters who have had plenty of children, but it's always great to hear some advice and some recommendations from all moms out there, so I would really appreciate that as well. Thank you again for watching. Stay tuned. Again, if this is the content that you're into, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, I can't wait to let you guys know some updates. Bye!